MULATSCHAG.
Hey, this is Mark from Nothing More, and you are watching MULATSCHAG, the only TV you need. MULATSCHAG!
Can you please tell us about the contraption, the scorpion tail, and the bassinator? Who designed them and who built them and who pays for the transport?
We pay for it, yeah. You know, that's how it goes. We want to bring our whole show. These are important festivals. We're playing a lot of them over here, and kind of having things like the scorpion tail and show elements that really make us stand out, or a unique band in a sea of rock bands. We like to do something a little different, make it entertaining. So basically the scorpion tail is kind of like this little drum set. That it's a kick drum, it's a snare drum, and then all of a sudden it lifts in the air, and then there's this crazy arm, and it's like Johnny's moving these letters, there's buttons, and it manipulates the guitar and the bass and does crazy sounds. So that's what it is. Our bass player Daniel, actually it was his contraption completely. At first, you know, Johnny had kind of had this video game controller, and we had hooked up the guitar and bass to it to where it's like he could go like this, and it's like type of thing, and it was kind of cool sounding, but it looked dumb. It's real small, and it's like he can't be on a big stage and like doing something like that. So okay, how do we make this cool? And Dan decided to, okay, let me build this crazy thing. So he's always been the builder of our contraptions. We're always about, again, stage elements, different things that happen on stage. So yeah, that was all Dan the man. Yeah, but yeah, that's it.
That's nice. Oh, okay, you have your own stage builder.
Right. Yeah.
If you can design a stage, in comparison, for example, you've been called the Blue Man Group of metal. How many drums would you have on the stage if you could build them?
Man, that's a great question. And that is something that we kind of keep going back to, because our singer Johnny used to be our drummer, you know, almost 20 years ago. We've been a band for a long time, so having multiple drum sets and having more drum battles, if we had, you know, a lot more time on stage and things like that would be a lot of fun to do. I'd say maybe 4 kits, I don't know, like various drum stuff. At one point we'd all be playing a whole drum kit. Gosh, that'd probably be, you'd think it'd be confusing, but I remember, you know, God rest his soul, but when David Bowie passed, I saw this video online, I think it was in Italy, to where they had like 1,000 drum sets set up, and they were all playing at the same time, and that was moving. That was so cool. So if we could do something like that, that'd be so cool.
More drum sets, yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that'd be fun.
MULATSCHAG.
Can you please tell us about the Fuck the Internet campaign?
Yeah. So through COVID, everybody hated it. You know, obviously for so many reasons. Yeah. But I think one huge sad thing that came out of it is seeing how mean we all were to each other. I don't know how it was over here, but I felt like in America everyone was just very hateful. Our inner trolls just came out, and it was really not a healthy place. So the song Turn It Up Like is definitely inspired by all that. You know, fuck the internet and all that. Honestly, it's just like, golly, it's not a healthy place to be on anymore for any of us. And you really think about what you want to say, or just don't. Like, maybe take a break, and or if you're gonna say something nice, be positive. You know, we're all on the same team here. We don't have to just criticize each other and tear each other apart. So I think it was more about that, and just, you know,
yeah. Just don't be an asshole and be nice to each other. I get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was horrible to see all of that.
MULATSCHAG.
You talked a little bit about your home in America. How does San Antonio changed over the past few years?
Gosh, I mean, it's growing and growing and growing. I feel like it's been growing since I moved there almost 30 years ago. It's a great city. We have the best Mexican food on the planet. I mean, that's our hometown, you know. Yeah, I feel like it's getting a lot more popular, especially since, like, I feel like you could almost call it like an exodus of some sort. Everybody in California is like slowly leaving. So there's been a mass exodus that have come to Austin and to San Antonio, all Californians. And man, San Antonio is a great place. There's a lot of culture, a lot of history there. It will always be home to me. Yeah. Good old Texas. Hell yeah.
And if you can choose, if you are the first band who's able to play on the moon, but you are not able to leave the moon, would you do it or just stay here on Earth?
That's a brilliant question. Wow. Yeah, I'd do it for sure. If I could move my family up there, that's my one stipulation. But heck yeah, that'd be so cool on a bubble or whatever, the test site, and who knows?
Imagination, yeah.
Yeah, gosh, that'd be crazy. That'd be fun. I'm in. Sign me up.
MULATSCHAG.
What are your three favorite rock albums?
Ooh, big question. All right. Gosh. Yeah, this is really hard. These will be left of center ones, but you asked me the question, so I will give my answer. I love the band Dredge. Their album El Cielo is a very special record. It's a real conceptual record about sleep paralysis, and I really feel like it influenced our band in a great way. The album Viesu by Thrice is also probably up in there. Thrice is probably my favorite band, and the songs on that record are very empowering and very, very hopeful. I love that. And gosh, you know, Incubus just canceled, unfortunately. I'm a big Mike Einziger fan. I grew up, you know, learning all of his riffs and everything. You know, maybe the album Make Yourself. You know, it's a great fucking album, and there's some cool stuff. I feel like they were ahead of their time in a lot of ways and doing something really, really different, really, really cool. So yeah, there you go.
MULATSCHAG.
If we are looking into the future in 200 years, how would you imagine the world will exist, and what will music be like in 200 years?
Golly. Jeez. Okay. Maybe we'll all just be thinking, composing, you know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, it's always about convenience and it's always about efficiency. So instead of actually doing it, you're just gonna think it. And man, yeah, right. Will it be the Matrix? You know, will we all just be, I don't know, worthless surrogates? just kind of like laying there and projecting our holograms into doing neat, cool things. I don't know, that sounds really depressing.
A little bit.
I have no idea. What do you think?
Okay, I'm a little pessimistic as well.
Yeah.
I hope there is a world for our grandchildren to be able to live. That's what I'm hoping. And yeah, a little bit more, be careful, just like I told you, don't be an asshole. Yeah.
That's well said. I completely agree. We'll see. Who knows? 200 years now, us.
And you play on the moon.
That's right.
Maybe it's possible.
That's where I'll be.
MULATSCHAG.
Hey, this is Mark from Nothing More, and you are watching MULATSCHAG, the only TV you need.